Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something different. Well, not too different, but different-ish. Instead of forcing you to listen to my blabbering about movies, today I'm doing that with books. From now on, I might post a video about a book I read recently, so this means both stay tuned and also don't expect a video about books every week. Even though I'm a literature graduate, I don't think I can promise to finish a book every week and form enough of my thoughts to talk about it. But enough of this explanation of myself to my almost non-existent audience. I love all 39 of you. And let's start with the first book I finished in 2025. On the surface level, Heart of a Dog is mainly about a dog named Sharik turned into a human being as an unexpected result of a surgery. We follow the story of Sharik's and everybody around him struggles of him adapting to human life under his new identity, Sharikov. Obviously, a Russian literature piece written and published during the Soviet regime can't just be about a dog's life. It has a lot of criticism and symbolism aimed at the socio-political climate of the time. That's why it was banned in Russia shortly after its release, until 1987, during Glasnost, the Gorbachev era of openness. As an author, Mikhail Bulgakov was deeply critical of the Soviet regime's ideological dogma and their disregard for individuality. Through Heart of a Dog, he ridicules the naivety and brutality of the regime's social experiments. The book is known as semi-autobiographical in its depiction of a very intellectual in Dr. Probezensky, the professor who performs the surgery, mirroring Bulgakov's own struggles as a writer under a repressive regime. The book eventually became a powerful allegory for the failures of radical political change, and it still remains as one of the most important works critiquing Soviet socialism. But you guys aren't literature students or graduates. You don't want me to deep dive in this piece of art and explain you all the little hidden detail on what represents what, right? I have an open communication with my audience and I always listen to you guys. Don't you forget that. Anyway, the book, right. So what did I think about it? I really enjoyed my time reading it. Although my arsenal on Russian literature is limited, I can confidently say this was the most captivating Russian novel I ever read. It's not a long read anyways. My version was only 132 pages, but it felt like the book used every page of it very appropriately. Starting from the inner thoughts of Sharik's limited knowledge about the stuff he witnesses in the doctor's office, to conflicts between Sharikov and doctors were formed on a balanced explanation. The book's high pace and Bulgakov's witty but well-settled writing were key factors of this book's readability. I can't say without these the book is unreadable or anything. That is definitely not the case. Heart of a Dog has a very experimental subject with smoothly implemented undertones. We see a representation of a recklessly formed experiment's destructive outcomes, because the nature of a thing is more important than the form of a thing. Besides Sharik, I believe Professor Probezensky and Dr. Bormental were well-developed characters. Their moral dilemmas in the latter half of the book are particularly gripping. Also, this was the first time in my life that a book actually made me nauseous. It's not my first time reading about gruesome stuff, but the surgery scene was sickeningly descriptive. I couldn't leave the book, but I thought about taking a break multiple times. The effect it left behind and the relevancy of the book today is undeniable. The themes of ethical science, social transformation and power dynamics, both political and personal, are still situations we see even well after the era of the book. I really appreciated Bulgakov's writing style, and now I'm curious to read his magnum opus, The Master and Margarita. It's considered one of the greatest novels of the 20th century, and I can't wait to dive into it. If you like science fiction novels containing political satire and allegories, I highly recommend it. Plus, at just over 100 pages, it's a quick yet impactful read. Thank you so much everyone if you stay until the end. I haven't talked about literature this much since college and I really had fun writing about it. As you can see on my movie reviews, I don't really want to get deeper in the spoiler territories, but I might have flirted with them a little here. I challenge all of you to read more books this year. Like always, liking and subscribing is much appreciated. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.